Hello, everyone. Welcome to another review episode. And today we are going to be reviewing. Yes, a classic World War II movie. This is one of my favorite war films of all time. However, though, you're probably wondering, I don't think I've ever heard of this, or if you have, you may have seen it. I want to personally review it and talk about how I felt about this movie. Whether it's still worth a watch, or better yet, if it's even worth your time. If you don't know much history, then this will definitely give you the historical aspect of what happened in this specific battle, or I would say specific operation that could have ended World War II earlier. But it didn't. Let's jump into this film, shall we?
Boy, I cannot wait to go to that.
Okay, clone number 2. I understand that you want to go there, but I'm telling you, it's a dangerous place, a dangerous time to go back to that time. Are you really sure you want to go back there?
Yeah, I don't think it'll be as bad as you say it would. I would make sure that I'm not really near the battlefield. I'm just going to observe just so I can write some details.
Do whatever. I don't care. You're going to come back in about 20 seconds after the fact. Anyways, yeah, let's get to it. By 1944, the Allies are pushing the Nazis back. Montgomery has a plan, an operation to possibly end the war by Christmas. So in September 1944, he commences Operation Market Garden. The plan is to go into the Netherlands and secure bridges, which would soon lead Allies into Germany. However, things don't go so well. As one mistake by Frederick Browning, it's all your fault, without looking into the matter and the photos that hint of German divisions, which he knew preceding the operation, decides to go ahead and just continue with it. Everything soon ends up bad for the Allies, and issue after issue drives the hopes to end the war by Christmas fades. Now, I don't want to go into too much details, but I will tell you the historical aspect is pretty accurate to the plot. Well, pretty much. I mean, I'm not sure if some of these characters are real or not, but I will say there's a lot of recognizable actors in here. And I mean a lot. Either from the British side or the American side, you're going to recognize a lot of actors in here. Famous ones at that, and some that you probably would later know down the road in the future. And for the soundtrack, it's that 1970s feel of a war movie, and it kind of has this lighthearted feel to it, so it kind of takes away from the depressing fact of this operation a bit. The music's pretty good. There are some music that plays for specific action scenes, especially when the Americans go across the river to take the bridge, which is pretty good. It's an action soundtrack, but it's also pretty catchy. Now, this is a World War II film, and if people like history, then they'll like this movie. And like I said about the actors, they do portray some real characters, and maybe some may be fiction, I'm not sure, but most of them are real, because this is pretty much an accurate account. How everything went astray. The film doesn't look bad for a 1977 film, and I didn't really see anything wrong with the editing perspective. And actually, I think everything was put together quite well. Everything film-wise, the filming, all of it was not digital because, well, this was before digital. From the planes, from the, gunshots and all that, all of it was natural effects. And I am sorry, I may be using the wrong term for that. So I can say, I could give credit to how the film was done because they are not using digital stuff. And I can really give the film's prop for the editing and prop for the effects because most of it is just natural. They pretty much reenacted the entire thing of the Allied forces landing their airborne troops to specific locations. It's almost like history coming back alive again, especially from the whole filming perspective. It's pretty good. Now, for the enjoyment aspect, okay, overall, I like World War II history. That's one of my favorite subjects to get into and talk about. So obviously I'm going to like this film. Even though the operation in real life and how this film portrays it was a disaster. A lot of lives for nothing. But for the most part, it depends on what war film. If it was the Holocaust, I'm not really into that field because it's just so depressing. I mean, in general, war is depressing. The only time I really got into something that really leans towards genocide was Come and See. But that was like the only exception, just because it had almost like that 1980s horror feel to the film. It's just set in World War II. Most of the time, war films for me are usually just one watch, and ones that I do just avoid depending on how the war ended up. See, the thing with other war films, World War II, we did win that war. And A Bridge Too Far shows how we lost a specific battle, but that didn't mean we lost the war. So technically, I could rewatch this film again because it was done so well to capture a terrible operation that could have been prevented if the leaders had looked into the issue. Yes, this film was more of a defeat for the Allies as their plans went in shambles. But something about this film is something I could come back and watch again. While yes, it was depressing to see how a lot of lives were lost, it captured the failure of Operation Market Garden. And I wonder if it inspired some of the Medal of Honor's frontline missions, like in Market Garden, because of the specific mission that you had to do. And yeah, I think they captured it pretty well in the game. The acting is also well done, from the German side to the Allied side. The fight scenes are also good for a World War II film, and actors you know from different films also appear in here. It's like the Super Smash Brothers sort of deal. Before Endgame or Infinity War. But it was a very interesting film, and if you like the World War II films, this is one I would definitely check out. It goes through the details of that failed operation really well, and it gives you a glimpse on how things played out before and after. So to clarify, yes, depending on the specific war film, either I could rewatch it or not. This is something I could actually rewatch again. It just really depends on the film. Some war films are one watch, that's it. Others, probably I could rewatch again. This is one of them.
The Germans have moved in SS Panzertroops.
You'd think they didn't want us to get across or something.
They've sealed off the whole area. Here, you can see on this map.
Overall, to me, I think it was actually well done. It's a well done World War II film. Effects are good, acting's good, everything about it is good. And I would say I would definitely check it out if you're into that. Well, that's all I have for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed this review episode. If you like what you saw here, follow me. I also have a Discord server if you want to talk about A Bridge Too Far. Anyways, peace.
Oh my god, Arturo. I made a mistake. I should not have gone back to 1944. This period of time when the Allies lost this battle and they took massive casualties. I made a mistake. I started getting in the line of fire, and I realized I was lost. I should not have come to this period of time when we were losing an operation called Market Garden. I should not have done this. I made a mistake. When I observed the entire area from a distance, I just wanted to view the place. I just wanted to view it. Open my eyes to history. But then I realized I'm gonna get killed if I stay here. So please, bring me back. Use the machine.